Good afternoon, everyone. This is PreMarket Prep at the close. I'm Spencer Israel. That's Joel Elconin. Joel, a good end to the week. Looks like we're definitely going to close in the green. Every sector in the S&P 500 is in the green. How are we doing on the overall market in terms of the futures?
Good afternoon, Spencer, traders, investors, as we close out a pretty wild week here on Wall Street. We had those pre-market gains and tried to give it back, but really didn't. Took out that pre-market high, then we really caught a boost here. We are at the highs of the session, 35, 87, 75, and nothing in there for you folks because we came down real hard off 36.68. So that's the all-time high. That's what I'll be looking for next week. Crude not having a good day. Crude in the red by 97 cents, trading on the lows at 40.15. Gold, that's up 12.50, 18.85.80, still meandering. Silver up 40 cents here at 24.71. Bitcoin flat on the session at 16,300.
All right, we got to talk about the electric vehicle trade. We talked about it at length this morning. I think Andrew left. So first of all, we were right on this, but also I think Andrew left kind of nailed it here. He's been bullish Neo for a while, and he came out this morning and was like, "Yo, take profits, get out." Right? I mean, if you've been in this thing for a while, take the money and run. And Joel, walk us through the opening.
You know what? You talk about Andrew Laff. You talk about Joel Elconin, okay?
Yeah.
Because I panned those stocks today.
You did?
I did. So what happens is Andrew left, listens to Benzinga's pre-market prep show.
That's it. That must be it.
And then he says, man, if Joel Elconin is bearish, or actually I turned bullish sarcastically. I said, yeah, I'm throwing in the towel on this. If Joel and Dennis are turning, then this is a good day to submarine it. So that's the way I look at it. I don't know the way the rest of Wall Street looks at it.
All of them.
I think we're just going to have to take our content off YouTube, Spencer. I don't like stocks reacting this way when I talk negatively about them.
Well, call me when you drive one up or down double digits %. All right, not 7%.
That's
like Neo today. 7%.
I don't know, man. These things, you get bubbles. Actually, Mitch got down and dirty in it. If he wants to talk about it, it just got overdone, and people just finally decided to take profits. You made a new high, and then once you started to pull back, there's a lot of people with a lot of profits on this. So we'll see. Is this just another pullback in the great Neo story? I'd keep an eye on the low for today, and then we can maybe figure some retracements on Monday.
Yeah, all I'll say is this is what you have to expect when a stock goes parabolic, like Neo did, and XPEV and LI for that matter. I mean, these kind of things happen. I will say the fact that today isn't a total washout, we're all the way back to yesterday's levels, right? We didn't come down very far. We're just back to where we were yesterday on all three of these.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Don't know where this trade's going. I can work my numbers. I would say you really party's not really going to get started until here. I'll draw a little line for y'all here on this Friday afternoon. Right here, you got 3 lows in the same area. So I don't think people are really going to start panicking until you take out 37.83.
I just thought that was a very interesting trade. They all topped out there at the same time this morning, and they all kind of washed out after that.
Yeah,
interestingly enough, for how long was Tesla the leader? As Tesla goes, so went every other EV stock, and that has not happened.
Tesla's dead money. I mean,
oh my God! I think I would say it's quiet money for once.
Quiet money
for once.
Do you remember, Spencer? Let's see how good you pay attention on the show. Yeah. I gave a daily level, a while ago in Tesla, and I said we got to watch this level for a long time. Do you remember the date and what the level was?
I don't remember the date. No. I don't remember the date.
You don't remember either?
I don't remember the date for anything.
Maybe Mitch does. Mitch, do you pay attention unlike Spencer?
I would say 400.
You didn't give me a chance to give the number. I told you I didn't know the date.
Okay, what's the number?
But what's the date?
Well, if I give you the date, then you'll know the number.
400 sticks out like a sore thumb. So I would either say that, or I would say like 430. What? Or no, maybe 450.
Close. Good guesses. 442.68.
All right.
And the reason I picked that number is that is the adjusted split close.
Oh yeah, the
adjusted. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You've mentioned that a few times.
And it's just it's trying to get over that puppy on how many times failed. Even did that earlier in the week, and then it comes down, and you got the support. I mean, I hate to go do something long term on this, but this is I mean, where do you want to draw the trading range in here?
All I see is a series of lower highs. That's all I see.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, I don't know. Like, what's the next catalyst for this thing? Right? I don't know.
This quality analysis, man, I'm gonna have to go to the races with you, Joel.
The ponies, man. Look at that. Let us shake it out, man. This thing has been in this trading range for so long, and it's tried to break out so many times. What it tells me, if its stock can't break out like that, and it can't break down, then I mean, it could just muddle here and end. But it can't stay here forever, right? I guess I would use last month's low as like my bogey, 379.11. And I am a long-term shareholder in Tesla from, I don't even know what the split adjusted price. I think the split adjusted price.
How can you even know at this point?
I think the split adjusted price is right around like where it is now. So I don't know. We'll see. It's got to move. It just can't stay here like this forever. But let's move on. Tesla's not moving.
I would just say, I think it's nice for once to see Tesla behaving this way, right? It's behaving like a normal stock, right? It's consolidating. That's normal. That's normal, rational stock behavior, not what we got for 8 months, the end of last year and into this year. So anyway, what else was notable today, Joel? I noticed the cruise lines and the airlines sort of a sleepy move higher. If you kind of look across the board there, you look at the airlines, you look at RCL, all the cruise lines are all up in that same like 3, 4, 5% area today. Interesting, but they don't look like, when you compare like a chart of, RCL, for example, it's up 4% versus one of these high flying EV names. It looks so sleepy on like the 15-minute chart, but hey, 4% is nothing to sneeze at in these stocks, I think.
I don't know what to attribute this to. I guess I just have to attribute it to Triple D.
I don't know.
I on the one hand, I talk to people that are very pessimistic. They're like, man, we got this second wave coming. We are going to lock down the country. No one's going anywhere. I got several people taking that end.
Yeah.
And then I have two other. One is overall market end. And the market right now is telling me that we're closer to an end than we are a beginning or middle. That's what the market's telling me, right?
Yep.
And then, Triple D, who's good at getting out of trades, getting in, not good at getting out, he thinks that if it's time to strike in these stocks. That the technology, trade, the stay-at-home trade, things get overdone and it takes a while to turn. And so after AAL was at over $14 on Monday, now you're at 12. You're out. I mean, you're out at the low of the move under $9. I mean, or I don't even know if people would exit there, but that's not the reopening trade optimism. Who knows what could happen. Trump speaking at 4:00 today, right? He could come out and say, another new development. And to me, the market is acting like we're closer to an end than towards the middle or beginning.
Yeah.
And then, according to Dennis, everyone's going to go on vacation and go out and spend all kinds of money. I mean, been saving a bunch of money, never leaving my house, never doing anything.
Yeah.
So that's the way, going to Disney World.
I've been thinking about this. I think it's at this point, it's a virtual certainty that within the next couple of weeks, most or at least many places in this country are going to be reinstating some sort of restrictions, right? It's already happening in Chicago. It happened with some schools today in Michigan. It's going to happen, I think, in New Jersey soon. There will be some restrictions that'll go back into place in the next few weeks, at least for the winter, right? But do you really think that after what we experienced in the spring and the summer, in terms of the market, that anyone is going to look at that and sell? No, there's going to be crazy FOMO. People are going to look what happened last time, and they're going to think, "Oh man, I can't miss out on this." Are you kidding me? I have to buy. I have to buy more now.
You know what? I'm channeling here, and I hope no one gives it away, but I have a slogan for Disney World.
Okay. Okay. What is?
You know how they used to do like the Super Bowl commercials?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, Tom Brady, you just won the Super Bowl. What are you doing? I'm going to Disney World.
Yep.
But it's going to be, hey, Spencer Israel, the pandemic just ended. What are you doing?
I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right. I also want to hit on Ford here.
Fords.
We talked about this morning, and it's just crazy how this happens. But Ford came out and said they had a headline about they wanted to produce their own batteries, right? Or they're interested in producing their own electric vehicle batteries.
Who listens to this pre-market show? I'm starting to get a little bit worried here, Spencer. I mean, the timing of these things, unbelievable. Knocking on the door, the high of the move, 860. The monthly chart looks great. I mean, look at the bottom right going up. Who said? I mean, Dennis throws out $10 randomly. Kramer throws out 12. I mean, who knows? They got that new CEO, Jim Farley. Oh, Jim Farley was on Mad Money last night. Someone's telling me. So, I mean, isn't the F-150 like one of the most popular vehicles in the world?
Yeah. It's the highest selling vehicle in America.
Yeah. So, they get a little EV behind them. Things, break from the pandemic. I mean, they got a lot of cash. What if they cut their dividend, right? They eliminate it. What if they put that dividend back in there? So a lot of things. GM's left the station. That had a rally, got over 40. I'm sure it gave a little bit back. But it's just value. And actually, I was talking with a buddy of mine that that I have some money with, and looking at some stuff, and my value stuff that I've been in for like 2 or 3 years longer, a small portion, it's starting to look okay. Eventually stocks like this, there's always wicked rotation, and eventually someday value stocks will be back in vogue.
I don't know if you saw JD today, Joel, but the pre-earnings run is officially on. I mean, I guess you could say it was on yesterday too, but JD reports earnings on Monday. Pre-earnings run is on here. It's up 6.5% today, or 6 2/3% today. It is dramatically outperforming its peers, mostly Baidu and Baba. I guess PDD is continuing to run, but JD earnings Monday before the bell, running up again today.
Yeah, I mean, you're at an all-time high here, double top, make it a triple top, ring the. I mean, you know me, I'd be ringing the register. Do you remember what an event that happened and this stock got killed? Absolutely killed. And it might have been in July, maybe. This is a monthly chart. Mid 2018. Do you remember what happened, Spencer? Anybody in the chat pay attention to the show or not?
JD?
Yeah.
Was that the Walmart thing?
Nope. That wasn't even Walmart. That JD was with. They were with Walmart. Something else happened.
Oh man, no, I don't know if I remember what happened to JD in July.
The CEO.
Oh, no, it was like the CEO's wife, right?
No, it was the CEO. something. He was in Minnesota or something.
He was in Canada, right? He was like,
yeah, there we go.
yeah,
We got someone that pays attention.
All right.
Yeah, Gilly Company paid attention. Yeah, and he got the hell out of Dodge, and then I guess nothing ever came of that. But they really tagged the stock, and I really think that's when that made that low. And I think he's been exonerated since.
Yeah. It wasn't the CEO. It was the founder. It was the founder. And you're right. He was in Minnesota. He was arrested. He was returned to China, and I don't know what came of that.
What and when was that?
That was in September of 2018.
Okay, there you go. Boom, boom, bada boom, bada bing, right there.
All right. Let's see. Anything from our chat that we want to hit on here? See a lot of tickers we just discussed. I did not look at Disney today.
It gave it back. It did. And I'm not surprised on that one. They did juice this thing in the pre-market, and then they never saw those levels. So you can look at it as a good day, look at it as a bad day. It's still a good day, up, nearly $3 on the session. But I think moving forward, forget about that Monday high. If you're looking at your charts this weekend, like I do, I don't have much of a life. I will just throw that high out. I mean, and I will look at the high from Tuesday, which was close from the high from Wednesday, and I'll say, hey, that's my level. I mean, those levels on Monday, I mean, they're there, they're on the charts, but I just have to discount them.
And then DraftKings also gave it all back. That's a round trip for DraftKings.
Did it do a round trip? Yeah, I'm surprised I wasn't a little. It gave some back. That was my pre-market prep stock of the day. Yep. And that's what, and Triple D talks about offerings a lot and how it could be a floor or a ceiling. And if you remember what happened, they announced that offering the day after it made its all-time high. And because what happened with Penn, remember Penn, it came down and then it went back up. So people think, oh, this is going to be the same thing with DraftKings. They originally thought it was going to go at 56. The offering went at 52.
Yep.
And it spent like one day over 52 after that. So figure out your 50% retracement. I could probably do that. I mean, one thing about these gambling sites is, when people run out of money, they have more money to gamble. So for this one, you got to get $50. That comes right on there. That's what you want to see. If you got a target off this and you bought it down here and you whatever. But man, today was a good day, but nowhere near that 50% retracement. That's what you need to do in DraftKings, DKNG.
And I mentioned this on our show yesterday. Just a reminder, 13Fs. The deadline is technically tomorrow. I assume we'll get some today, but we may get the rest of them tomorrow, which means, again, tracking what Warren Buffett's doing, if he's buying or selling Apple. We'll maybe won't be watching that for Monday morning.
Sure.
But I expect to see some filings come through tonight, and then if we don't get the rest, then we'll see them.
Note who that Apple guy who said he thought Warren was selling Apple. That'll be interesting, to see if he came through on that. But good week, wild week here on Wall Street. Looks like an end really good green on the day. 35.90 is your high. You're pulling back. Like I said, if you're looking at your charts over the weekend, Monday, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I wonder if I could call my providers and ask them to block out that day, because that was a wild day, but good, strong close to the week, Spencer.
All right. That'll be a wrap for us. Everyone, thanks for bearing with us this week. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate your time, your participation, your love, your hate, all of it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I want to also promote. We have a new episode of A Trader's Journey airing on our YouTube channel Sunday at 11 a.m. I could tell you who it's with, or I can just, not tell you and let it be a cliffhanger. I'm going to do that. So check it out. It's on our YouTube channel, 11 a.m. Sunday morning will be the premiere of the latest episode with that. And that's a wrap. So please remember that all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice.
And Spencer, real quick, I just want to thank this afternoon chat. They're so well behaved.
I knew you were going to say that. They're way more sane and well. And
window cleaner, Andrew Garver, Darren,
yeah.
Easy Mike, who's with his grandchildren right now, Bill Big D, who's an Alabama fan, but he's still nice to me, Jeff. I mean, PJ Williams.
I think like this is like the easygoing crowd. And like in the morning is like, the crazy crowd. I'm liking it's way more mellow in the afternoons. I like it because
it's like, man, it's like I need a shield. And if you could see me messaging Spencer during like the morning show, I'm like, get rid of that guy, get rid of that guy, get rid of that guy. And he's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But no, you guys are a great crowd in the afternoon. I really appreciate it.
That's it for us. Everyone have a good weekend. We will see you on Monday morning.